Well, I'm glad that you mentioned the railroad commissioner, because we actually have in our midst the former Democratic nominee for railroad commissioner from the last election, and that's Mr. Steve Brown. I'd like to bring him on.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I went online to see what grade I got from last year, so I'm kind of nervous.
Did you work for Metro?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know you. You worked with my husband.
Who's your husband?
Jeremy in auditing.
Yeah, he was my auditor as well. Yeah.
He's now in the OMB side.
Okay, cool. So what grade did I get? I'm curious. Did I get a 0?
Okay, so it was passing or not passing. And
Uh-oh,
you passed.
I'm scared. Okay, thank you. Whew. Close. Close. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, speaking for someone who, to someone who passed, you can tell us more about the importance of down ballot races, because I mean, she beautifully explained what the average person has no idea of, because we only see the commercials, we only see hear the rhetoric on the news. So tell us a little bit of experience when you were campaigning, and some of the things that you did to inform voters about your role and how it would be important.
Yeah, well, first, thank you for having me out, and I do appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this episode of the show, and hello to all the Facebook folks and Facebook world. So she's right, the Railroad Commission is, first, it's a problem because the name does not reflect the actual job that these folks do. It's perhaps the most powerful position in the state of Texas, something that we also don't know and maybe not appreciate. Our governor is built in the Constitution as a very weak governor, constitutionally. So he doesn't really have much power outside of making appointments and then vetoing bills if he decides he doesn't like bills. And I think our last governor, Perry, and the one there now has definitely demonstrated their ability to be not so much important in the course of the legislative process. But the Railroad Commission is a commission that regulated the oil and gas industry. And so the first problem was that I had to convince people that this had nothing to do with railroads, right? I'd get emails from folks after I met them, and they'd be like, look, we got this train coming down the street at night, and they're blowing their horns. What can you do about it? Like, well, actually, I can't do anything about that. But if you're not getting your royalties and you have a drill, a pipeline, on your property, if you're not getting your royalties, well, that's something I could probably do something about, which was actually a big problem. A lot of folks, especially in our community in East Texas in particular, have tons of land, right? And they have tons of pipeline going through those lands, and even some have wells that have been drilled. And a lot of folks, I can't tell you how many folks stopped me either in East Texas or have family who lived in East Texas and said, we hadn't got any royalties for decades now. And it's because the Railroad Commission is fashioned to support the oil and gas industry and not be an advocate for the community that it has fallen on its ability to do its job effectively. And that job really is to be an advocate for the community. And so when I ran for the position in 2014, I ran to be an advocate for the community.